A very good afternoon. This is Younib TV News at 1. My name is Joseph Kamau. Now, on to our first story. At the pregnant interdominion prayer meeting, or rather service dedicated to remembering the 21 students who perished in the tragic fire at Hillside Endarasha Academy in Nyeri County. During the service, friends, clergy, and political leaders united in their grief, where special prayers were offered for the 17 students who remain missing.
This morning, the death toll from the tragic fire at Hillside Endarasha Academy in Nyeri County has risen to 21. The fire, which broke out late Thursday night, devastated one of the school's dormitories, leaving the local community and the nation in mourning. Today, DNA testing began to help identify the victims, many of whom were burned beyond recognition. Parents and relatives have gathered at the school, waiting in anguish for the results as the magnitude of the loss becomes more evident. In response to the tragedy, President William Ruto declared 3 days of national mourning, and flags are being flown at half-mast on all public buildings, military bases, and Kenyan embassies around the world from this morning until sunset on Wednesday. This period of national grief is meant to honor the young lives lost in the blaze, which has ignited widespread concerns about the safety standards in Kenyan schools. Investigations are underway to determine the cause of fire, with forensic experts and the Directorate of Criminal Investigations (DCI) working to uncover what led to the disaster. Early reports indicate that the fire might have started while the students were asleep, making it difficult for them to escape in time. Security has been heightened around the school as investigators piece together the events leading up to the tragedy. Adding to the national anxiety, over the weekend, 2 other fires broke out at schools in central Kenya. On Saturday night, Isiolo Girls High School was engulfed in flames, with images on social media showing multiple buildings burning. Fortunately, no casualties were reported in this incident. Similarly, on Sunday evening, a fire destroyed a dormitory at Njia Boys High School in Meru County while students were at supper. Again, no injuries were reported, but the recurrence of such incidents has heightened fears among parents and educators. These fires have raised pressing questions about the adequacy of fire safety measures in schools across the country. Many are calling for urgent reforms to ensure that schools are equipped to handle emergencies and prevent such tragedies from happening in the future. As the nation mourns, there is also a call for unity and support for the affected families, with various organizations, including the Kenya Red Cross, providing psychological support to those affected. The events of the past few days have cast a shadow over the new school term, leaving the country grappling with the need for swift and decisive action to protect students and prevent future tragedies. Alphonse Ouma, Younib at 1, Nairobi.
Well, that was a saddening story to the families affected. Remember, you'll face many defeats in life, but never let yourself be defeated. On to our next story. The opposition leaders have called the planned takeover of the Jomo Kenyatta International Airport a scam, and they have questioned why the deal is shrouded in secrecy despite demands for transparency from workers and other stakeholders. The opposition leaders have called on the government to call off the deal, saying it's all but a scam.
Sell our international airport, yani hivyo tu kiholela. Hiyo, of all the scams this country has known, this one, and Danny sell or take over, wamefanya maajabu.
Tumesikia ni airport, kumbe hata kwa sekta ya kawi sasa anaingia kwa sekta ya energy. And what we are seeing in Kenya today, the Adani group was rejected kule Australia. Upande wa Sri Lanka walifukuzwa huko. Upande wa Bangladesh tumekuwa na maandamano hadi serikali ikaangushwa tukiwa na hii Adani group. Na hiyo sasa ndio imeletwa Kenya, inapewa airports zetu. Tunataka tuseme no to the dubious Adani deal.
On to politics. The mountain is on fire. The Deputy President Rigathi Gachagua and the Majority Leader Kimani Ichung'wah have yet again traded blows. Speaking at their respective Sunday services, the two leaders were at loggerheads each other, with the Majority Leader accusing the DP of sabotaging the government he serves under, while the DP accused the Majority Leader of undermining his authority. Leaders accompanied of calling out the Majority Leader of disrespecting the Deputy and asked the President to intervene and tame his Majority Leader Kimani Ichung'wah.
Kama tungekuwa Kiambu, ningekuwa nimeuliza watu wa Kiambu kama ni wao wametuma Kimani Ichung'wah. Ile kiti amepewa ni kubwa ya kutuleta pamoja ndio tu support ajenda ya serikali. Lakini the same people wanatakiwa wafanye kazi na wao na waambia haja ya kushikilia business ya serikali, ndio hao anaenda akitusi na akikanyanga.
Hakuna mtu anaweza kutuambia tusonge. Tutasonga namna gani na juma yetu? Sisi tumeketi. Tumeketi. Sasa wewe ukikuta kiti hakuna mtu ukalie. Lakini ile mtu amekalia hakuna mtu anaweza amuka. Ama mnafikiria mimi naweza amuka kwa kiti yangu? No jokere.
Because one leader has decided that our tea will never be sold unless it goes through his brokerage. Hiyo ndio mambo nilisema mimi vile nilitetea wananchi wa Mount Kenya na wananchi wa Kenya against kitu inaitwa state capture. Na state capture ni ile mtu anatumia mamlaka yake ya serikali kujitajirisha yeye mwenyewe at the expense of the people.
For a long time watu wengi wa serikali wamezoea kudanganya wananchi. Sasa watu wengi tuko nao kwa serikali hawajazoea hii maneno ya ukweli. Wanazoea maneno ya uongo. Sasa mimi nikiongea ukweli wanasema mimi naongea mbaya. Nakuambia hawa msiposikiza ground mtakosana na wenye kuandika nyinyi kazi na watamfukuza. Hiyo ni kuambia ukweli ama ni kuwatisha? Tuendelee kuambia. Bishop mwenyewe amesema hapa, good leadership is listening to the people.
We are going to take a short break. We will be right back with more news updates.
Je, wewe ni mfanyabiashara katika sekta ya elimu, afya bora, usafiri ama unamiliki kampuni yoyote ile? Ungependa kupata fursa ya kutangaza biashara yako ili kuwafikia wateja zaidi? Usikonde. Runinga ya Younib inakupa fursa ya kupeperusha matangazo kuhusu bidhaa na huduma unazotoa kwa bei nafuu. Kwa maelezo zaidi, wasiliana nasi kupitia nambari za simu 0750344700 ama kupitia barua pepe marketing@younibtv.com. Jinyakulie leo. Younib TV, ever the best.
Welcome back. Now, the planned Monday protests have been called off by university student leaders in response to the Ministry of Education's plan to address concerns regarding the new university finance model. The students now claim that in order to give dialogue a chance, they have cancelled their public protest. However, the ministry announced intentions to organize 2 committees of student leaders, experts, and Ministry of Education officials to lead the reforms and provide pertinent advice on how to proceed with the new model.
We want to see that a vulnerable student is placed in band 1 where they exist. A student that has capacity to pay has to be placed in band 3. And as we have said, band 4 and 5 are to be done away with totally. Our call for calm on Monday comes from a point of concern for the businesses in the city, for the security of our students, and to give government one more chance to do right by the students.
And there has been also intelligence on certain goons who are planning to infiltrate protests that we have organized as students to call for free education. And I want to tell students that we are going to fight on. This is just a postponement of a matter that we are giving the government the last chance.
Now, Moses Kuria, a senior counselor in the Council of Economic Advisors under President William Ruto's State House office, has pledged to personally see to it that the family of a 4-year-old boy who was attacked by a hyena in Juja, Kiambu County, receives compensation within 6 months. This, he said, as he visited the family when he urged NEMA to take action against quarries in the region and country at large.
I have talked with the Director General of NEMA, and we have agreed that from Monday there will be an operation in this area to look at the issue of dam sites which are not under control. The other issue is that after they come from that 5-star hotel called the dam sites, we have created some other 7-star hotels, which are the lodgings and the bedrooms for these hyenas, in the form of abandoned quarries. You know, this is a quarrying area, and clearly people have flouted with impunity and abandon the NEMA requirements and regulations in terms of what do you do with a quarry after you are done with it. So again, we have agreed with NEMA that from next week they will take stern and decisive action on the issue of abandoned quarries which are no longer in use. I'm sure you'll hear some people saying, oh, you are disturbing business people and all that. But the child who has died in this homestead is not going to come back to life. So it's about time we take very clear and decisive action. And I want to call upon the county government also to take some decisive measures, because they are the ones who license these quarries. And when somebody is licensed, there is a very clear, you know, we have got a National Environment Management and Control Act, yeah, which is very, very clear about what to do with decommissioning of quarries. It's only that as a country, we have chosen impunity as a way of life, and we continue to harm each other when we don't follow the rules and regulations which are very well stipulated. We cannot develop if we are not a country led by the rule of law.
Now, on to business news. After days of conjecture about the condition of the market, almost 1,000 vendors at the recently built Githurai market have called for celebration, citing the new business-friendly environment will help boost their businesses. Here is the report.
Tuko na furaha sana kwa sababu tuko na soko ambayo tulijengewa hapa na former president Uhuru Kenyatta, na ikafunguliwa wakati wa William Ruto, na tunashukuru siku ya leo kwa sababu tumekuja, tumesikizana na watu waingie kwa soko. Ule alipata ballot aingie kwa soko yake, ule hajapata ballot hakuna mtu anafukuzwa mahali anauzia, kwa sababu serikali hakuna mpango imeweka ya kuwa wanajenga soko ingine.
Mimi naweza sema nimefurahi zaidi Juu ile maneno nilikuwa nimegojea kupata kibada na kuwa nafanyia kazi, nimeona kama ni official open, na sasa mimi niko na raha na niko na maono kubwa na matarajio mingi. Juu hata na expect kuajiri watu wengine hapa. Siwezi fanya hii kazi nikiwa peke yangu. Nasema hawajapata stall. Kuna spaces mingi sana nje.
Ile kitu ningependa kuomba serikali siku ya leo ya county and the national government ni kwamba mtu ambaye hakuweza kupata ballot ya hii soko mpya asifukuzwe mahali yako, na kukuwe na mpango mzuri ambayo itawekwa ya kuwa wenye hawajapata wakuwe considered kwa phase 2. Na tunashukuru sana Gavana Kimani wa Matangi, hakuja kuwa na vita, hakuja kuwa hata na askari hapa. Sisi kama members wa soko na sisi kama community tumekuja hapa, tumeweka amani. Ile kitu tu ningeomba hawa wamama wasifukuzwe na tukae na tuko pamoja.
We have come to the end of our news bulletin at 1. This is Younib TV, ever the best.